Hi there. Glad you could join us for this episode of The Weekly Send. The Weekly Send is powered by Foundant Technologies, a technology partner in your nonprofit's mission. Achieve your goals through solutions built for nonprofits and dedicated to your success. And by 1832 Communications, partnering with your nonprofit to help you build more relationships and raise more money. Today, we're going to look at an e-newsletter from the Smithsonian. And we'll start with the subject line, Top Stories, October 2021. I wouldn't consider that to be very strong, wouldn't necessarily stand out in the inbox. You want something better than that. It comes from Smithsonian, so it's not a person. At least I know which organization it comes from. The email address is enews@Smithsonian, and the reply to is also enews. It's very generic. It's like info@. What you want to do is have it personalized. You want to have a person there because email is a one-to-one communication tool. And if you want to engage someone, you want to have a person's name there so I know who I'm replying to. In terms of the e-newsletter itself, take a trip with me as we scroll all the way down to the bottom. There's a lot here. In fact, there are 9 different sections. Now, I know your nonprofit has a lot you want to get out to your subscribers, stories and posts and impact and everything else, but you can't cram it all into one email. It's too much for the subscriber. So what you want to do is 3. If you're going to do a monthly e-newsletter, 3 sections. That's not too much, not too little, and it's enough for subscribers to scroll through, find what they want, click, go to your website, read, take action. 9 though, way too much. Now, if you have a lot that you want to share, what do? I would suggest conduct a survey. Ask your subscribers what types of stories or posts they want to see in the e-newsletter and what types they don't. And then you'll know each month and you can segment out your subscribers and send this segment these types of stories, and this segment, send them these types of posts. And this way, you won't overwhelm people with too much content. In terms of the actual sections themselves, the Smithsonian does a great job with these pictures. There's a header picture here at the top of each one that really, really stands out and captures my attention. However, remember that there are 9 sections. 9 pictures is a lot. In fact, it could make the email itself, because of the file size of each picture, too large to be able to be delivered to inboxes. Or it might take, because of the file size, it might take a long time for the email to actually load. Consider that 74% of people will delete an email if it takes longer than 5 seconds to load. So that's something to keep in mind. So I suggest if you're going to do an e-newsletter of 3 sections, 1 picture. And this way it'll load fast. It can be you want a great picture, obviously, but you don't need a picture in each separate section. In terms of the layout, you can see that each section here has this great bolded headline. It's in color, so it's easy to scan and find what I want. They also have these great call to action buttons. And I want to point out to you, it's not just the color that stands out, but the verbiage on the button itself. It's not the generic learn more or click here. See these bold birds. Find your inspiration. Reach beyond our stars. These are real calls to action. Tell me to do something. And that's what you want in your call to action. You don't just want click here. Tell me something that's going to get me to actually click. And then if I scroll all the way down to the footer of this email, what's missing here are the social media icons. Email isn't the only way to connect with your supporters and your audience. Social media is as well. Put those icons here. Let me consider following you on Instagram so I can connect with you there and engage with you there. Let's look at the mobile experience. The pictures definitely stand out. The headlines stand out. The call to action buttons stand out. This is built very well, easily scannable, easy for me to decide what I want to do. Yes, you have a lot to scroll through, and I don't think that most subscribers are going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. In fact, after the top third, they might stop scrolling. So you want to really consider that. But in terms of the build, I like the individual section. Again, I would only use 1 picture overall, but if you're going to use 1 picture, make sure it's like this, which really captures your attention. In terms of takeaways for today's episode, number 1, limit the number of sections. Don't overwhelm your subscribers. If it's too much for them, they're not going to bother to click on anything. They're going to exit the email. Number 2, ease up on the number of pictures so that the email isn't too large, so that either it doesn't get delivered or B, it doesn't load fast. You want to avoid both of those. And 3, Post social media icons so subscribers can connect with you in other ways. They're not going to read all your emails, but maybe they'll see some of your Instagram posts or your tweets, and you'll be able to continue to connect and engage with them on other platforms. Thank you for watching this week's episode of The Weekly Send, where we help you boost your email fundraising and marketing. We'll be back next week. We'll see you then.